have lost all of this weight, but I am still insecure about something very, very important. Hey folks, my name's Allie. Let's get started. Let me just start this video by saying that I feel amazing, and it's because of all of you who have watched these videos and followed along, and we've shared our experiences. I mean, I think by the end of this week we will hit 100,000 subscribers. And as a teacher who does YouTube videos like, once a week on the side, that's just something I never thought was ever going to happen. So thank you guys for following along and sharing your experiences along with me, and just having that conversation and learning from each other. I mean, I can't believe that this has happened, so thank you. That said, I need all of your help. On this channel, I really try and talk about growth mindset and improving oneself day to day and just always getting better, and about the importance of taking control of one's life. So my next battle for myself that I want to share with you guys is, I've lost all this weight, but I still suffer with something that I need to work on, and that is my awful, awful, awful posture. So how can you guys help? Well, really, when I started my weight loss journey with the ketogenic diet, I did that all through intrinsic motivation, but it was through making these videos that I found that external motivation to keep maintaining my weight loss. And so I feel like if I share this experience with you, it's going to help me stay accountable for myself and the ways that I need to grow. And so, if I talk about this with you guys and I do a couple updates, in the next few months or something, I feel like that would help me stay accountable. And I would really appreciate that if we could kind of share this experience, because it would definitely help me and maybe help other people out there who also have awful posture like me. So I really only noticed that this was a problem actually when I started making these videos, because when I'm setting up my camera, I'm working on lighting, I'm setting up, how far I need it to be. And in between those moments, I am walking around and I see myself for the first time through the camera, how other people see me every single day. So usually, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, it's usually a front profile. And even when you're looking in the mirror, you kind of, boost yourself up a little bit, or maybe you might not even see the whole bottom half of your body. So I never realized how bad my posture was until I was making these videos. And this is something that you guys may have never ever noticed. Maybe you have, I'm not sure, because you only see the front of me usually, or if it's in a cooking video, you might see like a close-up or maybe a side view of me, but it's not like a full body or anything. So, but I definitely know that the people in my real life who know me probably have noticed this. So actually, after looking up like the shape of my body as I'm slouching, I realized that through research, what I think I have is called sway back. And sway back is basically when your body has a posterior pelvic tilt, and that makes you balance yourself out by pulling your upper torso backwards. So you really have like this very awkward curve in your body, and it causes some issues with your muscles. So just to kind of illustrate for you, this is what I usually do. This is what I'm ashamed of. This is my stance. And sometimes I'll be doing the dishes, washing my hands. If I gotta bend down, I bend over like this, using my back. And I just walk around like this. And I notice that when I do walk, I have shorter strides, and it looks really bad, especially when my shoulders are all rounded, my head's forward. Now, why do I think I have this issue with my posture? Well, I just, from childhood, I never really cared much about my posture, but also I think being overweight has something to do with it, especially when sitting, because when you've got all that fat on you, you can't get your bones, your pelvis to the back of the chair, right? It's kind of forward anyway, so you've got to have all this fat between you and the chair, so you're kind of rounded forward anyway. And I think that has really contributed to my pelvis having that posterior tilt. Also, I like to sleep on my stomach, and that's really bad for causing this same issue. Now, when it comes to standing up tall and straight, I really have like a mental block or something. My grandma always says, push the girls out and stand up tall and straight and be confident. But I have like, every time I do that, when I try and do that in public, I feel like I'm trying to show something off, and it's a very weird mental block that I have about just standing up straight, because I feel like I'm trying to be better. I don't know what that's coming from. I think that's just general insecurity, trying to be modest. I don't know. You know, the mind is a very strange thing. And so like I said, because I've been walking this way and sitting this way all of my life, I have developed these very weak muscles that are very tight so that it's harder to stand up straight. And then I have my relaxed or looser muscles that are allowing me to kind of fall over on myself. So if I start from top to bottom, the muscles that I need to work on, the loose ones, the first set of loose ones are here in my upper back, and that's because I have this rounded shoulder. Now, my tighter muscles in this area are the pectorals, and that's because I walk around with this rounded shoulder, so they're very tight. So what I need to do is expand those and get them stretched out so that I can easily push my muscles back without much straining. My upper abdominals, because I'm always hunched over like this, are also very tight, and so it wants to keep me in this position. So what I need to do is make sure that I stretch it out and allow these muscles to get stretched and loosen up a little bit. And then also I need to work on my hamstrings. My hamstrings are very tight. That's why when I bend over with my back, and I don't bend over with my legs. Because if I keep a straight back and try and bend over, I feel it immediately in the back of my thighs and the hamstrings. And so I need to really stretch those out so that they get more accustomed to being able to bend and stretch so that I'm not bending with my back all of the time. So just to illustrate, this is kind of what I'm trying to do now. So this is what I've been practicing, trying to get more of an arch. Shoulders back, hips back that are aligned with my ankle. I know you can't see that. So this is, you know, I'm trying to stretch this area, trying to stretch the pec muscles back, and also trying to strengthen the hamstrings a little bit so that when I bend over, I just feel it now, like they're stretching. And like this position makes me a little lightheaded because I'm not used to it. It's like a muscle workout. So some stretches that I looked up from another YouTuber that I found online. I will link him down below. And I just kind of took what he was saying and just kind of applied it to with what I could do because he had a medicine ball. Apparently I need to buy a medicine ball. But I just basically realized that some of my muscles are tight, some are loose. So I need to stretch out the tight muscles and work on strengthening the loose ones. So to stretch out my pectoral muscle, what I'm doing is like a wall stretch where I just place my hand here and just try and stretch this out a little bit so that I get used to having these shoulders back. For my very tight abs, and I think this is like the most painful ones to work with, just because it's like the core, right? It's how your body stands, it's what supports you. So this has been like the toughest issue that I've had with my muscles. But so what I need to do is just stretch it out, ideally with a medicine ball. But what I did was I just kind of leaned over the side of my bed for like a minute and just really tried to stretch it out. I also did that yoga pose where you're on the floor on your stomach and you push yourself up to try and stretch it out too. And then for the hamstrings that are very tight, I try to stretch those out just by doing, you know, your bend over, trying to stretch your legs while you're standing. And definitely I felt it in the backs of my hamstrings. It hurt so bad. So, I mean, I'm just kind of doing my own remedy at the moment, just trying to get acclimated to this whole new routine that I'm going to have to add in every day. Because I'll tell you what, I have tried, you know, once I get to work or once I'm in the shower, just trying to like stand up straight. I can't do it for very long because it hurts, right? I'm hurting those muscles because they haven't been stretched out. So I think I'm gonna have to add in a stretching routine for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes every morning, which kind of sucks, but I'm gonna have to deal with it because you don't get anywhere without putting in the work, right? So self-improvement is very important. So while I was doing these stretches and while I was just trying to stand for a bit in a really good pose, I noticed that I was getting lightheaded, and that's a little scary. While I was trying to breathe with that better posture, you know, pulling in the air deep into the lungs, I noticed I couldn't pull it in very deep because these muscles are so tight, it wouldn't allow my lungs to expand, which sucks, and I feel like I'm failing already at life. I did notice that while I was trying to practice standing up straight and deep breathing and I was walking around a little bit, that my walking had to change. Usually with my sway back, I just kind of kick my feet forward and I've always just kind of walked like that. But like this, standing up straight, it's like I have to take wider strides that I'm not used to. Oh yeah, also I was like perspiring a little bit just from like trying to stand up because I'm working out some muscles that usually do not get worked out and I hate it. No, I don't hate it. Like, I'm glad that I'm finally doing this for myself. You know, I'm on spring break. I've got the time to work on this, you know, privately at home. So I'm doing this for myself. It sucks a little bit because it's a little uncomfortable, but you know what? That's okay. So folks, I need your help. Please keep me accountable. You know, I want to give up updates about how just becoming more accustomed to sitting and standing with better posture is kind of changing day to day. Let me know if you're interested in that, or you know, if you have some issues of your own. Definitely there's free resources out there, but always be careful. You know, you don't want to mess up your back. So always be careful when it comes to your body, because it's the only one that you're gonna get. Well, folks, that's about it for today. I hope that you enjoyed listening about my biggest insecurity at the moment. Yes, it is my posture, and I never realized it was so bad until I did these videos, but you know, I'm all about self-growth and trying to just become the best version of yourself. Always seek improvement, and I think that's how we find happiness anyway, but I won't get into that. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That would help me out so much. And if you want to find me on social media, I will link all of that down below. I know that I haven't really updated a whole lot of my social media. I'm more active on Instagram than anything, but now that I've got some time, I really do want to revamp my website, and so I'm gonna work on that very, very soon. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Allie. Have a good one. Bye!